Good evening and welcome back to another episode of Goosebumps Podcast, Can Be Murder. I'm your host, Bumps in the Night, and tonight I'm joined with three of my co-hosts. I'm joined by the Grinch.
Hello.
I'm joined by Brandon Sime, aka Dead Shock Studios.
How's it going?
And last but certainly not least is Senpai Josh, the anime boss, also known as Otaku Life for Me.
What's up, y'all? How you doing?
Alright, and today we're doing another Give Yourself episode. Guys, who's got the physical book?
I got the book.
Okay, what number is this in the Give Yourself series?
Numero 10.
Oh my god, we've done 10 of these? Holy shit. Okay, so we're doing Give Yourself Goosebumps number 10, The Diary of a Mad Mummy. I like the art. I don't know if Jacobus did this art. It definitely looks like his art, but I don't see his little signature. Wait. Nope, right there. Underneath the mummy's like armpit by the table in the slime, it says Nagata. So this is not Jacobus art, but they did embody the vibe, so...
Oh, definitely.
As always, I'm going to read the warning page, then we're going to get right into this. So, beware, do not read this book from beginning to end. You and your family are visiting an exhibit in ancient Egypt where you make a discovery of your own, a 4,000-year-old diary written by a mummy. Cool, you think? As you slip the book into your pocket. Wow, we're kleptos, guys. Jeez. Kids in the 90s were built different, you know? We didn't have iPads, we just stole shit. All right.
Yeah.
But then you find out the mummy is alive. Okay, pause. How? Science dictates no. But, okay, let's just go with it. Yes, and? He wants your body. Oh. Oh, my.
That's not creepy.
I'm sorry.
Wait.
He wants more than just his diary back. He wants your body. Still, oh. And you've got to find a way to stop him. No, somebody, I need an adult. Step mummy, no. Right,
What?
I'm sorry, I can't help myself.
We got a Diddy mummy on our hands here.
Sheesh! Fortunately, this is going to age like milk because by the time this comes out, Diddy will be like done, but there are clues in the diary to help you, but first you have to decode an ancient hieroglyphic writing, so emojis, or journey to the pyramids in Egypt. Can you unlock the secrets of the Mad Mummy's diary before he gets you under wraps? Okay, pause. Did they have books all the way back in Egypt? I know they had scrolls, but I don't think they have books.
They had papyrus parchments. So.
Yeah, but my point is, like, he didn't have a dead-ass leather journal. And even if he fucking did, it would just be in hieroglyphics. But I guess I already said that. I don't know. I'm already not into it. So, here we go. Maybe it's because I blame Curse in the Mummy's Tomb. I don't know. So, here we go. The scary adventure is all about you. You decide what will happen and you decide how terrifying the scares will be. Start on page 1, then follow the instructions at the bottom of each page. You make the choices. If you make the right choices, you will escape the revenge of the Mad Mummy. You may even find his burial chamber filled with golden treasures. If you make the wrong choice, beware. And I gotta yell this part because it's in all caps and everyone knows when you text in caps you're yelling. So, so take a long deep breath, cross your fingers and turn to page 1. Now give yourself goosebumps. And then I put that shitty fucking song. I get those goosebumps every time. Yeah, alright, so Travis Scott later, here we go. Goosebumps. Diary of a Mad Mummy.
Welcome to San Francisco, the tour guide says.
Her voice echoes in the marble lobby of the office building.
This is the famous pyramid building. This city is the most famous skyscraper. When are we going to see the mummy?
Your 5-year-old sister whines at your side. You cringe and squeeze Susie's hand. Ha, your name's Susie. You wish you didn't have to drag her around, but taking care of her is always your job on family vacations. Alright, that's like low-key child abuse. Let's just get right out there and say that.
Yeah, it's low-key, yeah.
Oh well, you think. Who cares? This is going to be the best vacation ever. You and your family are staying in a hotel in downtown San Francisco. You have a view of the whole city from your window, including the tall, spindly pyramid building just a few blocks away. And this month, there's a display of ancient Egyptian artifacts in the lobby, including a real mummy. You can't wait to check it out.
I want the mummy!
Susie whines again.
I want my mummy! I want my mummy! I want my mummy. I want my mummy.
Your older brother Derek chants, imitating Susie's babyish voice. You laugh at Derek's joke. Then you whisper to Susie, see it as soon as
Pause. This is the first time we have 3 siblings.
No, you are right, Josh. It's always just been a pair of 2. And now, granted, when we did Under the Magician's Spell, there was a trio, but they were not related. They were just a group of, like, a brother, a best friend, and a sister. Yeah. So, you're right. This is the first time we've had 3 siblings. Good catch. Goosebumps, give yourself first. We'll see it as soon as that tour group gets out of the way. You peer through the crowd at the mummy in the glass case. Hey, did the mummy just move? Turn to page 2. Your heart starts pounding. It can't be. You know that you just saw the mummy's arm move. Didn't anyone else see it? You stare hard at the bright lit display case in the middle of the lobby. A tour group crowds around the glass, blocking your view. So you stand on your tiptoes. Under a pinkish halogen light, you can see an ancient bandaged mummy lying in a beautiful golden painted wooden box. It's the first mummy you've ever seen. A king from more than 4,000 years ago. A dead person. Something about it gives you the creeps. The tour group moves away, and the lobby clears. Susie squeals, pulling you toward the mummy case. A strange chill runs up your spine as you step closer. You gaze at the mummy's face and shudder. It's hideous. Part of his face is still wrapped up, but part of it isn't. You can see his dried, leathery skin stretched tightly over his shrunken, bony nose. You back away. Your foot bumps into something on the floor. Turn to page 3. You glance down and see what you've kicked. Hey, look! You cry out softly, but no one's listening. The tour group's scattered. Susie has let go of your hand. She's pressing her nose against the glass in front of the wooden mummy case. As usual, your 14-year-old brother Derek is acting as if he doesn't know any of you. He's talking to some kids by the door. Your parents examine the other display case. No one notices what you found on the floor. You pick it up as a small clump of folded pages tied together at the edge with dried grass. It looks like some kind of ancient book. You open it carefully. The pages seem as if they might crumble in your hands. You peer at the squiggly markings on the page. To your surprise, you recognize the words. They're in English. The handwriting is hard to read, but finally you figure out what it says. This is the first day in my tomb. I am wrapped so tightly that I fear I may not breathe again. The bandages that preserve me are a prison. I am a king, yet they have brought me here, drained me of my blood, and bound me with bandages. Against my will. Stop. I beg them. Do not do this horrible thing. I am not dead. I am alive. Turn to page 4. Here's the fucked up part though, guys. I mean, everyone knows how mummification works. Like, they pull your brain out through your nose.
Yeah.
Even if you weren't dead, you're dead. But even if he was mummified alive, they drained his blood.
Yeah.
My dude's dead. Your mouth drops open as you flip through the ancient pages. Could this be a diary of some kind? A mummy's diary? Written 4,000 years ago? Why isn't it in ancient hieroglyphics? How can it be in English? This is weird. Definitely weird. But somehow in your heart, you know the diary is real. Every word of it is true. You glance around again. No one notices you. You turn to another page and read on. I am embalmed alive. Me, the pharaoh, the king. And why? For one reason only. Because upon my neck I bear a strange birthmark. A red stain in a strange shape that frightens my people. They think it is a sign of evil. Even I am not sure what it means. Does it really mean I am evil? Could it actually hurt people? Am I mad? Your hands tremble as you flip to another page and read on. Each night my spirit walks the earth. For centuries, each night my spirit writes in this diary. But now at last my chance has come. Tonight my body will walk the earth. Tonight here in the strangest of all pyramids, I will escape my prison. He may escape, but Diddy won't. All right. Page 9. Can it be possible? Is the mummy going to escape tonight? How? And is this the strangest of all pyramids? The pyramid building? It would seem strange to some old pharaoh, you guess. You read over the same pages again, trying to make sense of them. Each night my spirit writes in this diary, it says. No way, you think. He's writing with his hand. He's writing with his mind. The mummy thinks something and it appears on the page. Awesome. You shoot a quick sideways glance to make sure the lobby guard isn't watching you. Then you tuck the diary under your shirt, because you're a kleptomaniac piece of shit. Turn to page 132. Finally gonna get our first choice here. Page 132. You've got to read more of this. It's amazing. The mummy writes it with his mind. But just then you hear your mother calling your name.
Again she calls, or bring Susie, come on.
She says, you've got to get away so you can look at the diary. You don't want your parents to see it and take it away from you. Not after you just found it. You scan the lobby for some place to go. You spot an elevator. Maybe you can duck in there and zoom to the top of the pyramid. Finish reading the diary before someone finds you. Or maybe you should just keep the diary hidden and wait. You don't want to get in trouble with mom and dad, and besides, your hotel isn't too far away. You could sneak back here tonight and see if the mummy really escapes. The diary says tonight, I will escape my prison. So what will it be? If you want to come back tonight, turn to page 20. If you take the elevator now, turn to page 43. Grinch, what do you want to do?
Let's come back.
Brandon?
I'm gonna say come back.
Josh?
I'd say let's go to the elevator.
You know, I'm kind of feeling the elevator too. Like, me, the kind of person I couldn't fucking wait. I'd have to know. So, Brandon, flip a coin, please. All right. So, let's say this. Heads, we come back tonight. Tails, we take the elevator.
It is tails.
We're taking the elevator. Woo! As always with the Give Yourself rules, we have the option where we can offer up one of our lives to change the decision. Is everybody okay with taking the elevator?
Sure.
Okay. Brandon, you good with that?
I don't really care.
All right, so we'll be turning to page 43. You decide to duck into the elevator with the diary tucked under your shirt. You casually stroll over and push the up button, but the elevator that arrives is going down. Oh well, that'll do. Quickly, you slip into the elevator. Luckily, no one else gets on with you. Your parents don't even notice you're gone. Great, you think. As the car whooshes downward, now you can read the diary in private. A bell rings as the door opens to the basement. Weird, you say as you step out of the elevator. This is the basement? To your amazement, the place looks as if it was built thousands of years ago. The walls are made of huge blocks of rough tan stone. The only light shines from a fixture above the elevator doors. It's a dim glow. You can see that the elevators are the only modern-looking part of the basement. Cautiously, you walk down the strange dark hallway. Your sneakers scrape against the stones. It's really too dark to read the diary, but you can't help wanting to explore. The diary can wait, you decide. Turn to page 49 and explore the basement. What is this place, you wonder? It sure doesn't look like the basement of a modern skyscraper. Why don't you see any big basement equipment, like boilers or a furnace or anything? And where's the janitor anyway? The sound of your footsteps bounce off the stone walls. The echo makes the back of your neck tingle. The hallway narrows. You duck into some places to avoid banging into the ceiling. The path twists and turns, sometimes sloping up, sometimes down. There's barely enough light for you to see. You worry that you won't be able to find your way back. Maybe this is a mistake. But you keep going. Except for the eerie silence and darkness, this place is cool. You're too curious to turn back now. You come to a small tunnel leading off to the right. It seems sloped up. A set of stone steps lead to the left. Which way? If you take the tunnel, turn to page 70. If you take the steps, turn to page 83. Brandon?
I'll do tunnel.
Josh?
The tunnel.
Grinch?
Tunnel.
Secret tunnel!
Secret tunnel! Secret tunnel!
Okay, I'm not gonna keep doing it, but you get the point. We're gonna go down the tunnel, so turn to page 70. You decide to explore the tunnel. You step into it, and you start to climb up its gentle slope. Almost immediately, you feel a draft. There's a weird chill in the air. Where is it coming from? Maybe the tunnel leads directly outside, you think. But then the tunnel twists sharply and starts sloping downward. You keep walking even though the light is getting dimmer. You've gone this far, you might as well discover where it leads. A few more steps downward and ouch! Your shoulders scrape against the walls. The tunnel's getting even narrower. You notice, in fact, even though the tunnel is so narrow, you have to turn sideways to fit through it. And what's that funny smell? It smells like burning rubber or something. It makes your nose tingle and your throat feel tight. Suddenly, exploring doesn't seem like such a good idea. In fact, you're beginning to think it's all a big mistake. But you hate to chicken out of an adventure. How dangerous can the basement of an office building be? If you keep going, turn to page 93. You turn back, scurry to the stone steps on page 83. So are we going to keep going, Brandon?
I'm gonna pick page 83.
Okay, Brandon wants to turn back. Grinch?
83.
I wanted to keep going, but we're going back. Page 83. You decide to take the stone steps to the left. The narrow tunnel gives you the creeps. After a few steps down the stairs, you level out. You see another set of steps leading upward. You start to climb again. Your feet scrape across something gritty on the floor. You glance down and see sand. Sand? Definitely weird, you think, as you reach another stone landing. You feel as though you've been climbing up and up for days. You stretch your legs and then continue up the stairs. Where do the steps come out, you wonder? A back exit of the pyramid building? Do they lead into another building? A hot breeze fluffs your hair as you near the top of the steps. That's odd, you think. It was chilly this morning, and the weather person on TV predicted rain. Finally, you reach the top. You walk outside and squint as your eyes adjust to the brilliant sun. Huh. Your mouth drops open as you gaze at the scene in front of you. Sand? Camels? Pyramids? Desert? Is this? No, it can't be. Are you in Egypt? Turn to page 95. No way, you think, shaking your head. This can't be happening. It isn't real. How could I be in Egypt, you wonder? How? Stay calm, you tell yourself, over and over. Stay calm, stay calm, stay calm. You just came out of the pyramid building in San Francisco in the United States of America. You can't be in Egypt. But you are. You see the pyramids and the camels. You hear the wind blowing across the desert. You feel the sand in your eyes. You can even smell and taste a sweet, flowery fragrance in the air. You swallow hard and try to figure out why. Suddenly it hits you. The diary. This must have something to do with the mummy's diary. You yank the ancient pages out from under your shirt and you open the diary again. The words you read just a few minutes ago are gone. Instead, the whole diary is filled up with symbols and pictures. Hieroglyphics! Turn to page 60. Your hand trembles as you turn the page after page. They're all the same, all hieroglyphics. Terror grips your heart. How can the diary be written in hieroglyphics? Have you somehow gone back in time? On top of everything else, you glance around to see some people in modern clothes. Okay, you reassure yourself, at least I'm still in the present. You may still have a chance to get back home, and you want to get there right now. You turn sharply and head back towards the steps, but a young Egyptian man in a long white robe blocks your way. He has smooth, tan skin, black hair, and sparkling brown eyes. You notice he's wearing a badge. It says Millennium Item.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't resist myself. I was going to call him Shoddy. Alright, he must be some kind of security guard.
No entrance.
He says in English. But I just came out of there. You sputter?
No entrance.
He says.
The Great Pyramid is not open.
Turn to page 128. The Great Pyramid. You stare at the guard, your head spinning. You studied in Egypt in school. The Great Pyramid is the biggest pyramid in the world. The one that sits up in the desert near the Sphinx. Yep, you're definitely in Egypt. But I just came out of there, you try to explain. Only, it wasn't the Great Pyramid. It was the pyramid building. The guard laughs.
Ah, you mean this silly building in America?
He shakes his head and laughs again. You've got to believe me, you plead. And look at this. You shove the diary toward the guard. This diary, it was written in English a few minutes ago, and now it's all changed to hieroglyphics. Before the guard can take a look at the diary, a young man in a tan suit and sunglasses and a straw hat approaches you.
I see you have the famous diary of Butharama men.
The man says. He sounds American.
May I see it? Don't give it to him.
The young Egyptian shouts.
Give it to me.
If you show the diary to the American, turn to page 5. Guys, this is our first triple choice. Ever. So if you show the diary to the American, turn to page 5. If you give it to the Egyptian, turn to page 22. If you turn around and run from both of them, turn to page 106. Josh, what are you doing?
Maybe we should give it to the Egyptian.
Alright, Grinch, what do you think?
The guard.
Alright, Brandon?
The guard.
Okay, I guess we're going to page 22 then. You decide to trust the young Egyptian guard. He seems genuinely concerned. You hand him the diary. The American looks disappointed, but he turns and wanders away. The Egyptian man tells you his name. It's Muhammad. Then he examines the diary, his eyes widening.
This diary must return to the royal tomb of Bethlehem.
He cries.
Only then will the mummy rest. Come with me.
But where are we going? You ask him.
To the tomb.
He whispers. His eyes narrow and his eyebrows curl, and making him look as if he had a deep, dark secret. Muhammad leads you by donkey to the Nile River. There, you board a boat and you travel south all day and night. Finally, you reach a strange, uninhabited part of Egypt. In the steamy heat, he leads you through a lush jungle, and then another desert area, and finally to a sandy stone entrance to the tomb.
You go in first.
He says, pointing the way. Me, you think? Why me? Turn to page 73. Your heart starts to pound. You don't want to go into the tomb first. You're not even sure you want to go in at all. Why are we doing this again? You ask Mohammed. Remind me? Mohammed brings his face very close to yours, nose to nose. Gay?
Because if you don't,
he says,
the mummy will rise from his coffin in San Francisco and stalk you day and night. Everywhere you turn, you see his wrinkly skin, his hollow eyes, the echo of his torture cries. He screams at a high pitch, wrapped around in bandages. Bury him alive. He will haunt your daydream, too. Fill your nightmare. You won't be able to think a single thought without picturing him in your moment of death. You know it's agony when...
Okay, that's enough, you say, suddenly interrupting him. What do you want me to do?
Go in,
Muhammad says as he points to the tomb. Turn to page 15. You enter the cool, dark tomb with Muhammad right behind you. He carries a torch to light the way. The passageway, a narrow corridor made of large stone blocks, is creepy. You feel as if someone or something might jump out at you at any minute. You walk a few more steps forward, and you come to a place where the passageway splits into a fork. Or a Y. Which way? You ask.
Follow your heart.
Muhammad answers mysteriously. My heart, you think? Is this some kind of clue? Let's see. Your heart is on the left. Is that what he means? Should you take the passage to the left? You peer down the passageway and see nothing but darkness. A horrible, empty darkness. As if no one has ever returned from the path. You peer down the passageway to the right, and it looks wider than the other one, and brighter. It isn't nearly as dark. If you take the passageway to the left, turn to page 123. If you take the passageway to the right, turn to page 79. Josh?
Page 79.
Brandon?
I'm gonna go page 123.
Grinch.
79.
I'm also leaning towards 123. Brandon, coin toss?
Coin toss. Heads will be left, tails will be right.
Okay, do it up.
It's tails, so
All
it's right.
Taking a right, so we're going to page 79. Unless anybody wants to change that and go down page 123 for sacrificing a life.
I'm good.
You decide to take the passage to the right. At the end of the hall, you come to a large square burial chamber. Inside, by the light from Muhammad's torch, you see a stone platform where the mummy's coffin once rested. Now the mummy is in San Francisco on display, but other special objects that once belonged to King Bertharaman are still there. So this is the mummy's tomb, you ask quietly. Muhammad nods. Hey, what's that, you ask? You spot a hinged wooden box shaped like a serpent and painted gold.
This is where the diary belongs.
Muhammad says.
Place it there.
He's right, the diary fits in the box perfectly.
Now I must leave you.
Muhammad says.
It is forbidden for me to stay in the king's tomb, but I will give you the map and a small torch.
He hands them to you.
The light shall last enough for you to study the map. If you make the right choices, you'll find your way back through the mysterious portal to your land. And with the mummy's magic, it will bring you back home, and the same magic will take you back to your luck.
Wait, you cry. But you're too late. Muhammad has bolted from the chamber. Turn to page 108. So, what we've gathered from this is that the mummy's magic brought you to Egypt, and it looks like we made the right choice by returning the book. So, now we just need to survive and get back home. We could do a perfect game here, guys.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Page 108. Muhammad runs away so fast that all you can hear is the fading sound of his sandals flip-flopping on the cold stone floor. God, that's racist. The silence. A horrible stone-cold silence. Unless Stone Cold Steve Austin was there, then he'd just drink another beer.
I was about to say, some would say even a glass shattered.
Yeah. I'll drink another beer. Oh, that's great, Darryl. I want to have another cold beer.
I drink a beer, what? 2 beers, what? 3 beers, what?
Can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah.
I love it. All right. The silence, a horrible, stone-cold silence. You have no time to waste. The torch isn't going to last. You hold it up and you peer at the map. It's handwritten. Sketch drawn on brown paper. The edge is torn. This is a map? The jumble of lines? Where's the "you are here" sign? Your heart sinks. You need help. But then you figure it out. The steps are those close together. Lines on the top left. The tomb is the box at the end of the angled hallway. The other box? The one with the X in it? That's the elevator. The elevator in the pyramid building. You know it because you've seen lots of maps that are marked the same way. The elevators are always marked with X's. And that's where you need to go. If you're ever going to get back home, you've got a pencil in your pocket, so you take it out and you write in the words, steps, tomb, and elevator. Then you study the map. Turn to page 90 to study the map. Oh.
Oh, hell.
Oh shit, there's an actual map, guys. I'm gonna have to fucking throw this thing in the... Well, I'm gonna have to throw this thing in the fucking in the podcast.
The map, and then it says consult this page so you can study the map, but then turn to page 65.
All right, so where are we? The tomb?
Yeah.
All right, so we're in the tomb. So it looks like down, right, left, right, left. Follow the angle. Only
Straight
left
to the
possible.
elevator.
Okay, so down, right, left, left. Okay, let's fucking do it. Page 65.
We're gonna lock in and get this.
Goddamn right. The light from your torch is dwindling. It's going to burn out soon. Quick! Memorize the map and the path you need to take to reach the elevator. Remember, you're in the tomb right now. When you come out of the tomb, you'll need to make a choice at the first fork in the passageway. Which way? Right or left? Then you'll have to make 3 more choices at forks or crossroads. Right or left? If I remember correctly, I said right, left. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, let's use the word correct. I don't want to fuck us up. So right, left, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Don't worry about the other places where the hallway simply bends and turns. Just follow it. Then your only problem is choosing what to do once you've reached the fork. You've got it all memorized, all 3 choices, because when the torch burns out, you'll be walking in the dark. So do it now. Which way to the elevator tomb? So our first choice is to go left, then right, then straight. If so, you turn to page 127. Or should you go left, then right, then left, then right? Turn to page 109. So Josh, which one were you?
127.
You thinking 127?
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure I said it was like right, then left, then right, then left. So yeah, I'm feeling Let's see. It's backwards then, though. Brandon?
127.
Grinch?
Wait, I'm actually...
I don't know. I think 109, dog.
I'm thinking, yeah, 109, because I'm re-looking back at the map, and it's left, right, left, right.
All right, so Josh votes 127. I'm voting 109. Grinch?
109.
Brandon?
I'm going to go 109.
All right, well, I'm going to go 109 then. Josh, you cool with that?
I'm using a life.
What?
I'm using a life.
Fuck that. I'm using a second life to overrule your first life. So, that's fine with me. Use your life, but I'm going to overrule that shit and use a life as well. Anybody object to that?
2 lives left, right?
Yes. Anybody object to that? All right, well, I think we've reached a point where we're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
Is in your hands with Goosebumps Monster Head Maker. Create 4 hideous heads from the chilling tales of R.L. Stein, or eye-popping creations from your imagination that drip and drool.
I've got a runny nose.
Talk about gross. Crack open a dread head,
Monster blood.
or try edible brain bites.
Look, Dad.
Handsome. Goosebumps brain bites you can eat. Monster Head Maker and dread heads you can't. Each sold separately.
And we're back. All right, guys, so when we left off here, Josh had voted to use a life, and I voted to cancel that life out with a second life. So, does anybody else want to cancel my vote with his vote, by their vote?
I'm fine.
Okay. So, page 109 then. You stare hard at the map and decide to turn left, then right, then left, then right. A moment later, your torch sputters and goes out. You are stranded in the cold tomb of an ancient mummy in the dark. Silence. You move a step forward, feeling your way along the wall. Left, right, up, down, A, B, start, select. Come on, they set it up like I could not do the Konami code. You chant the words over and over again. Left, right, left, right. Your hand brushes against something slimy. Ew! You jerk your hand away. Ha 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 ha. You jerk your hand away. Do you dare touch the wall again? You don't have a choice. How will you find your way in the dark if you don't? Slowly you reach your hand on the wall. Yuck. The stones are slippery with slime. That's mummy cum. You try not to think about what it might be. You hold your other hand out in front of you. You don't want to smack into anything in the dark. Finally, you've come to your first fork. You turn left. Walk a little farther. Turn right. A little farther. Go left. Now, if you remember the map correctly, you just have one more turn. It should be pretty easy from now on. Keep going. Turn the corner on page 26. The hallway turns a few more times, but there aren't any more choices, no more forks. Finally, you see a glimmer of light. Light? Where's it coming from? You turn to the corner and you spot the answer. The elevator! At last, you're in the basement of the pyramid building, aren't you? You run to the elevator and you push the up button over and over. You hope that if you press it harder, it'll come faster. Yeah, it will. Yeah, sure. Like that's ever gonna work. Turn to page 56. You press the up button 5 more times. Finally, you hear the sound that means the elevator has arrived. The door's open. Oh no. A scream rises in your throat, but it never escapes, and neither will you. You're standing in the elevator is your old friend, the mummy. Your very old friend. The mummy was mad when you stole his diary, but that was nothing compared to how he feels now. He hates trespassers, and you dared to enter his sacred burial chamber uninvited. Your visit to his tomb is about to come to an end, a very unpleasant end, and so are you. When the mummy is done with you, you're going to need all those mummy bandages. The end. Well, fuck. But to be fair, I only gonna half apologize here because we did reach the elevator. We fucking technically won. We just died after we won. So I'm sorry, Josh.
Okay.
We're down to 1 life because I really thought that Brandon and me had the right choice there. So,
Page 147.
yeah, if we go back to 65, the option would be page 127. So we'll go to page 127. Almost at once, the torch flickers out, but you don't care. You've made your decision. You're an independent woman and you don't need no man. You're going left, right, straight. In the dark, you walk boldly forward, your arms outstretched at your sides. You run your fingertips along both walls as you go. Pretty soon, you feel the passages begin to turn. You've come to your first choice. You turn left. You walk a little further and you turn right. You keep walking. Suddenly, in the pitch dark, you feel 2 hands on your face. What? You feel 2 hands on your face. You want to scream, but no sounds come out. Your voice is choked with fear. a voice says. Boo! Boo-hoo! Turn to page 134. The hand taps you again.
You're it.
The voice calls, then laughs. You recognize that laugh. It's your brother Derek. You made it. You made it back to the pyramid building. Derek, what are you doing down here, you ask?
Boy, are you going to get it?
He declares.
Mom and Dad are really worried, and they're mad you left Susie all alone. They have people searching the whole building for you. They sent me down here to the basement.
You try to explain to Derek about the mummy, and he only laughs and shakes his head. Then he grabs you by the ear and drags you through the door you hadn't seen before and up some stairs. He's right about your parents. They're really steamed. As far as you're concerned, this book might as well be titled Diary of a Mad Mummy. You can forget about any more exploring. You're grounded for a month. The end. Huh. I was not expecting that.
That counts. Well, that counts, technically.
So we won,
Yeah.
but by not following the map we won, that's just crazy to me. I'm not mad necessarily. This was a very short and cut story because we actually we just guessed right, I guess.
Yeah.
I would say this. We might be grounded for a month, but we still have our life.
That's true.
Yep.
I don't regret finding the elevator though. Like, I'm not even mad about it. I enjoyed this one. I enjoyed this one more than I enjoyed Knight in Screaming Armor. That's what it was. Because I don't know if you guys remember, that was the last one we did before this. Once we got like the time reset where it put us back at the beginning of the book, we were all so fatigued we just said fuck it and rage quit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
When it reset us, I was like, no. We could pull the
we're
fucking
not doing that.
the Punisher meme. Let's go in order here. Josh, what did you think about this book, and what would you rate The Diary of the Mad Mummy?
It's a good book. The story could have been a little more scary. Overall, give it a solid 7.
Okay. Grinch, what did you think of The Diary of the Mad Mummy, and what do you rate it?
A lot better than the Curse of Mummy's Tomb. I know that's a little controversial to some people, but at least it's more scarier.
And what would you rate it?
Maybe a 9. I'm being generous here.
Okay, hey,
9.
Brandon, what did you think of this book, and what would you rate it?
I'd give it a 7.
And what did you think of the book?
I thought it was pretty decent. I agree it could use a little bit more scares. It was kind of bland that way.
To be fair, it followed suit in every Mummy book prior to that being a little bit dry, which cough, cough, here's the shitty little... You know? So, the terror wasn't too real. Truth be told, up until the bad ending where we died, we didn't even know if this mummy actually got up and walked around. I mean, we knew he had, like, psychic abilities, but besides being part of a psychic tandem war elephant, we really didn't know much more.
Right.
I will say, though, I did enjoy this more than I enjoyed the last one. So, was it better than Curse of the Creeping Coffin? No. Was it better than The Knight in Screaming Armor? Yes. Is it the best one? No. Am I glad we're done with mummy books until we reach the 2000 series? Yes. We'll give it a 6.5. Grand total 29.5. Divide that by 4. So we're going to get a rough 7.375. Round that down. Round that down to a 7. So it's a C.
Yeah.
You know what they say about mummies and C's? They get degrees. Closing statements and I'll do the closeout. So, Brandon, closing statements?
This book is pretty decent.
Yeah, pretty chill. Josh, closing statement.
Hey, don't read diaries. They're private.
I mean, that's fair. Grinch, closing statements.
Don't go down the elevator because you might get teleported to Egypt for some reason.
All right, thank you for joining us on another episode of Goosebumps Podcast Can Be Murder. If you haven't already done so, make sure you do the things. Those things being comment, share, like, and the most important is to subscribe. If you guys haven't already done so, make sure you join our Discord. But the Goosebumps Podcast Can Be Murder Discord's available. So if you want to chat about the bumps and you're not, a child endangerer, come on down. With that being said, thanks for watching and we'll scare you in the next one.